Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning back in again. I just wanted to take a few moments of your time to explain the diagram that appeared in your notes in regards to the change in formal amendments to the Constitution. There are four different ways upon which this is done, and hopefully the arrows and the pictograms might explain, and maybe this presentation will too, because as a class, what your job is going to be is to look at a controversial issue being talked about right now in regards to changing the Constitution. Before I explain the diagram, here's the issue at hand. In part 2 of the lesson, you're going to be looking at reasons why people would ever consider lowering the voting age from 18 to 16. Yes, this is a real thing, and there are many different types of people in state governments that are looking to make this a serious proposal. But can it actually be done? Well, let's first talk about the way that this is done through the formal amendment process. Step 1 is where the amendment is proposed. It's proposed by Congress by a 2/3 vote in both houses. If that happens, then of course it can go over here to this side, where it's ratified by the state legislatures of 3/4 or 38 of the states. Okay? Please also keep in mind that there's other ways that this method is done. It could be proposed at a national convention called by Congress when requested by 2/3 or 34 of the state legislatures. And if so, it could also go up here for final ratification, and or over here, where it's ratified by conventions held in 3/4 or 38 of the states. In this way, please keep in mind, this might seem like it's a long and complicated process, but in many ways, that's the way that it's supposed to be. When we change the Constitution, this is something that's very serious. So hence the reason why there's deliberate, thoughtful, and some would say prolonged steps that must be taken if we ever want to change this. So please keep in mind, everyone would probably like to vote, especially while taking a government class. However, do you see this proposal actually happening? Please complete part 2 of the lesson and keep the diagram in mind and use it as a source or a guide to feasibly think, about whether or not this provision would ever pass, and given the current climate of government today and the way that people feel about youth and the right to vote. Thank you very much.